with the new Mortal Kombat movie out, since I already reviewed that one, I figured I might review some of the other Mortal Kombat content. Maybe I'll do some of the animated pictures. But I'm going to do the first two movies, okay? You know, I figured I'd start with Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Because in some ways, while Mortal Kombat 1 was a much better movie, Annihilation was actually in some ways a more interesting movie, okay? So let's look at the pros and the cons, alright? The pros for this movie. Well, let me see. There's a lot of fighting, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of fighting. And I would say, actually, most of the fighting scenes are actually still pretty good. I think they still hold up fairly well, okay? I think they tried to go a little bit harder in this movie, where they had more fighting than they did in the first movie. And, yeah, you have some fairly good fighting scenes. And the fighting scenes actually last a good amount of time. One thing, that's what I like about this movie is, the fighting scenes are either very long or they're a good amount of time. I didn't feel like any of the fighting scenes were too short. And quite frankly, the fighting scenes are probably the only thing they got right about this movie. I honestly will say that. There's one at the end that looks a little weird. But yeah, pretty much the fighting is the only thing they honestly got right about this movie, in my opinion. Can I say anything else good about this movie? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. I think the only thing I can honestly say that I really enjoyed about this movie was the fighting scenes. And you know what? Let me say this. It was kind of nice to have so many Mortal Kombat characters appear on the big screen. Yeah, I will say that. Okay, you got to see characters like Rain, Shiva, Sindel, Melina. It was nice to see them on the big screen. Okay, Nightwolf, he's on there too. The movie has a bunch of characters. Oh, Bracca's there. There's a bunch of characters. It was nice to see them on the big screen. I will say that. It was nice to see those actors in those cool costumes. And most of the actors actually look pretty good. Okay. I think even a character like Shiva, for the time period, they actually did her fairly well for the time period. I thought her makeup looked fairly well done. Yeah, I would say that. I thought the costumes looked nice, and it was nice to have all these different characters representing Mortal Kombat on the big screen. And the fighting was pretty good. Now, let's do the cons. Because quite frankly, there's so many cons in this movie. Excuse me. So, first of all, man, for the life of me, I don't know why you'd make a movie and have all these characters coming back and not bring back the majority of the actors. First of all, Raiden didn't come back. Christopher Lambert, whatever his name was, Mr. Highlander, he was interested in coming back. The script just looked so bad, he just said, screw it. He said, no, thank you. The script looked horrible, according to him. And he was right. This new guy they had playing Raiden, I actually did not hate him. Okay, I thought he did a solid job. He just did not do as good a job as Christopher Lambert. They have a new Sonya in the movie. Okay. Matter of fact, the only people who came back from the original movie is actually the guy who plays Liu Kang, who I actually love. He's my favorite Liu Kang. He did a good job. They brought him back, and a lady who plays Katana. All of the returning characters are played by other people. Johnny Cage, Raiden, and anybody who was in that first movie is played by somebody else. Dude, it stinks. It stinks. It really hurts the movie when you have like 2 or 3 of your main characters played by somebody else. Okay, it hurts the movie. It really took me out of the picture. It made a lot of the original fans of the first movie angry. Okay, then what else is crazy? Johnny Cage. Okay, one of the most likable characters of the first movie. Okay, one of the main stars. He gets killed like in the first, wow, what, 10 minutes of the movie? And it's like, wait a minute, are you serious? This dude gets killed that quick? I don't know what the reasoning was about that. They didn't want to pay the actor if, you know, they want to show how cold Shao Kahn was. And he killed Johnny Cage so quick. Wow. Nobody liked that, dude. That made a lot of people angry. Okay? Because Johnny Cage was one of the favorite characters in the first movie. So like I said, it made a lot of people angry. All right? Now, what else is wrong with this movie? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The two elephants in the room. Dude, the special effects. I don't know what the heck they was thinking, but actually I do know what they were thinking. You see, the special effects look so bad in the movie, they look like they're unfinished special effects. And they were unfinished. You see, they were doing screenings of the movie. And early screenings, he was giving them good feedback. I don't know who the heck these people were that they picked for these screenings, but some big wig executives said, "Hey, oh, it looks good enough. They love it. People are going to go see it anyways. We don't need to finish the effects." And because they told the executive, "Look, the effects are not finished. We need to do one more pass on the effects." No, that's good enough. So when you watch this movie, what you're looking at is actually unfinished special effects. I mean, dude, you can't get any more worse than that. I mean, that executive and the New Line, I think New Line Cinema, whoever put this movie out, just did not care. They just didn't care. I mean, dude, I watched movies that had much smaller budgets than this picture, that had better special effects than this. And the sad thing is, the special effects are so bad, not because they couldn't have made them look better, not because they didn't have the money to do it, just that somebody just didn't care and said, "Hey, yeah, it's good enough. These idiots, they'll go watch it anyways." And so it's crazy. They should have fired that executive, by the way. And it's sad, because you look at some of the effects and you say, man, some of these effects could have been cold if they had finished them. But, the effects are much worse than the first picture, okay? Far worse than the first movie, okay? And the thing is, they don't just look worse, they look leagues worse, okay? It's just like the original movie had like special effects was 10 times better than what's in this movie. And that's a shame. Especially when you have a movie where you're actually trying to do more with this special effects. Okay, so I don't know, man. Okay. Now, another problem. In this movie, even though this is the second Mortal Kombat movie, they took a lot of story elements from the third Mortal Kombat game, which I think was a mistake. You had the storyline of Shao Kahn trying to merge the two realms, okay? And of course he needed Sindel to do that. In the movie they don't really explain why Sindel makes it possible to merge the two realms. They don't really go into too much depth into that. Okay, and to be honest with you, I don't think they should have touched Mortal Kombat 3 at all, okay? I think they should have just focused on Mortal Kombat 2. The first movie, I guess they figured, oh, well, the first movie was a tournament. Hey, leave it alone. Just make the second movie a tournament, just like the second game was another tournament. That's what you should have done. You should have let them all get up and go to Outworld, okay, to fight one last final tournament. And Shao Kahn could have said, hey, could have went to Ray and said, hey, look, dude, instead of having all these different tournaments every certain amount of years and all this, every couple of centuries, let's just have one more tournament to end all tournaments, okay? Which I believe that was the storyline of the second video game, okay? That'd have been cool. You could have had a rating agree to it and then tell them, hey, look, if we win this, it's cool. We don't have to fight ever again. We don't have to worry about Shao Kahn ever again. I know it's a much bigger risk, but it's a much bigger reward, okay? They could have went to Outworld. You could have had them going all around these weird, strange places, okay? And the storyline should have just focused on Katana and Melina and political intrigue between them and Shao Kahn. You know, maybe Katana's trying to set up a resistance force to overthrow him, okay? And you could have had, you know, how he became emperor, how he killed her father and took Sindel. And then you would have had the fighting tournament going on, you know. So other stuff could have been like the subplot. That's all you had to do. But they went crazy and they started taking all these storyline elements from part 3 and that really ruined the movie. They should have kept it simple. Okay. Another thing, man. This movie just has way too many characters. I mean, they look cool, but they don't do anything. They don't even get a chance to do anything. Shao Kahn is just running around killing people for no reason. Okay. And honestly, I guess that's because they had too many characters and they didn't know what to do with some of these characters. You have characters who just show up on screen like Sheila. Okay. I'm not the biggest Sheila fan. She looked kind of cool though. I said, all right, she can probably have a cool fight. Did she get a good fight? Oh no. She is killed. Liu Kang kills her in like 15 seconds. He drops a cage or something on her. Like, wow. She didn't get anything. Okay. Rain is in the movie. He's got this cool ninja costume on. Okay. Shao Kahn kills him for like the dumbest reason ever. When they invade Earthrealm, give me your progress report, Rain. Oh, we're doing very good. We got all this land. We captured these enemy soldiers. Did you interrogate them? Yes. Did you kill them? Did you make them die? Did they beg for mercy? No, I didn't do all that, bro. What? This won't happen again. He kills them. What did you kill him for? You killed your general because he did his job. He didn't torture some dudes enough. Stupid. Jade is in the movie. He kills her. Her job was to lure Liu Kang into a trap, which she does. But the soldiers he sent failed to kill him. Okay. Your job. And he tells her, your job is to lure Liu Kang in a trap. Yeah, I did what you said. He survived. That wasn't my job. My job was just to lure him into the trap. Yeah, I'm going to kill you. Okay. Even Sindel tells him, well, it wasn't her fault. She did what you told her to do. Okay. Your soldiers couldn't kill her. Couldn't kill the Earthrealm fighters. Shut up, maggot, or some crap like that. But basically, dude, you just have a lot of people dying for no reason and getting killed for no reason. You have characters like Sub-Zero and Scorpion who show up in the beginning of the movie. You don't see them. They just disappear the rest of the movie. You don't see them anymore. Okay. Like, why did Scorpion didn't show up again? And what's crazy is Shao Kahn, Scorpion, I guess, is working for Shao Kahn, and he kidnaps Katana. So, wouldn't he have been there to fight Liu Kang again? At least one more battle? I don't know, man. It was just too many characters. Okay. They honestly should have left the Mortal Kombat Part 3 characters out of here. They should have just focused on the Mortal Kombat 2 characters. Okay. You could have had more Scorpion. You could have had more Sub-Zero. I actually like the little scene with Baraka. Baraka should have been there. Maybe Kung Lao. And that's it. You should have left the Mortal Kombat 3 characters totally out of it. And just focused on Mortal Kombat 2. It kept it simple, kept the storyline simple. That'd have been really good. You know. Man. You know, the sad thing about this movie, though, if you sit there and you see the actors, they look kind of cool in their costumes. And they thought, man, this could have been a good movie. I mean, you have so many characters, really no explanation as to who these characters are. I mean, you have characters just on screen. If you never played Mortal Kombat, you wouldn't know who Motaro is. I think somebody actually says his name. But I don't know if they even say Rain's name. I don't think they actually say Melina's name. And some other characters show up. Okay, like Cyrax and Sector. You know, saw this movie. Who the heck is these people? Okay? Who are they? They don't really give you any backstory of these characters. even a brief idea of who these characters are, when it came from, nothing. Okay, so if you're a person who never played Mortal Kombat 2 or 3, you wouldn't know what was going on. You wouldn't know who these characters are. Okay, and that's a shame. There's so many of these characters, they look so cool that they don't really explain any of these characters, who they are, what their motivations are. But they couldn't do that because they tried to jam pack it full of so many characters. Like I said, they should have left all of the Mortal Kombat 3 characters should have been left out of here. And it should have just focused on the Mortal Kombat 2 characters like Kung Lao or Baraka, okay? Okay, gave us more Smoke. I'm sorry, more Scorpion Sub-Zero, and you could have Reptile back in there. I don't know. That was a big problem, man. It was just, they tried to do too much. Too much and too little at the same time, which doesn't make any sense, you know. And as a part where Liu Kang has to learn his animality, which is a concept from part 3, which also should have just been left out, okay? That's something you should have dealt with in part 3. He has to learn these 3 lessons, okay? In the movie, they show the 2 lessons. They never show you what the 3rd lesson is. I guess I just said, screw it. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know about this movie. It just, some stuff in here that didn't make any sense. A lot of it did make sense. I had this one scene that was actually kind of cool where they go to Outworld and they're on these demonic hamster wheels. And these hamster wheels are on these train tracks. They're pushing them on these tracks. And if you push them to the left or right, you fall off and die in some lava or something. But it's just like, make this scene make sense. Who would build this and why? Why you would have a road or a street or something more safe, a more safe form of travel. Like, it didn't make any sense. It didn't really bother me. It just, thinking in this movie, a lot of stuff don't seem to make sense. Okay. Then they have this weird storyline where Shao Kahn and Raiden are brothers. Okay. And I don't know. I didn't really get what was the point in that. Why him and Raiden need to be brothers. Okay. I don't know. Then Shinnok is here. Again, another character who should have been left out. All right. He's Shao Kahn's father, and he's talking crap to Shao Kahn. You don't do this right. You'll be the one that's dying. It's just like, come on, dude. Shinnok didn't need to be in this movie, okay? Raiden and Sub-Zero didn't need to be brothers. I don't know, man. They just, I don't know. This movie is a shame. It's a shame that this could have been a really good movie, but they just did a lot of weird stuff that didn't make any sense. And like I said, also, they got so many characters. And some of these characters are palette swaps. Okay, so you got like, at one moment of the movie, Smoke is there. Okay. They don't really explain who this dude is. But later on, you got Sector. Now, that's cool for me, for somebody who's a Mortal Kombat fan. Somebody who never who never played Mortal Kombat 2 or 3. Like, wait a minute. Wasn't this the dude from the early on in the movie? He just changed his clothing or something? He changed his color? You would know that he's supposed to be 2 separate characters. Okay? I don't know, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy. I like the fact that they do have Nightwolf in the movie, and he's actually played by an actual Native American. I feel like that was a nice touch. But once again, he doesn't get any time. He's on the screen for like, what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, talking to Liu Kang? Okay. Well, why you didn't bring Nightwolf with you? Why you didn't travel with the other Earthrealm fighters and help them fight? I'm here to give you this knowledge, Liu Kang. Okay. I'm not going to see you anymore. Bye. Like, wow. Earthrealm is in danger, and Nightwolf just says, hey, screw it. Okay. I'm not going to go out there and fight with you and help you. I don't know, man. They really didn't use their characters well in this movie. Characters like Nightwolf, even if he didn't have to have any speaking lines, you could have him travel with them and go out there and do some fighting. But, you know, hey, that made too much sense, I guess. Also, man, one thing really hurt this movie, in my opinion, was the acting. They should have brought Shang Tsung back. They really should have brought him back. In the second video game, he comes back. Shao Kahn actually makes him more powerful, makes him a younger man. You know, you could have left out some of those Mortal Kombat 3 characters and followed that storyline. You could have gave Shang Tsung more power. And Liu Kang would have had to fight not only Shao Kahn, but Shang Tsung again, okay? Yeah. I think that really would have helped the movie a lot, because that dude, man, he was an excellent villain. Bring him back, okay? Let's have a lot of conflict between him and Shao Kahn. That'd have been cool. But hey, they couldn't do that. They had to sit up and put 800 different characters who would only be on screen for like 2 or 3 minutes. And like I said, you got characters like Sub-Zero and same thing with Nightwolf. You got Sub-Zero, and Smoke. They're not hardly on screen anytime. They're at the beginning of the movie. Well, I understand you didn't want to give these characters more speaking lines, but they couldn't have showed up at the end of the picture and actually, you know, been fighting or something, just been there fighting or something. I don't know, man. They didn't utilize those characters well. I mean, let's look at it this way. You got Jax in the movie. Now, I actually like the guy that got to play Jax. Now, in Mortal Kombat 2, Jax loses his arms. They get destroyed or something like that. He has to get these mechanical robot arms, which actually are kind of cool. Now, in the movie, those arms are not they're not like replacement arms. There's some kind of enhancement arms he wears over his regular arms. Okay, which, don't get me wrong, they look very cool. I remember the first time when I saw them, I'm like, man, those look cool. But have some kind of weird, goofy storyline. You don't need those arms, Jax. You're a great fighter. You have to believe in yourself. And at the end, he takes the mechanical arms off, which just fit over his regular arms, and now he's winning. He's beating dudes. Come on, man. You could have did something fascinating. You could have had him early on in the movie go to look for Sonya and actually get injured looking for her. And the only way for me to go continue on my mission to find my friend and save her is to go get these mechanical arms. You could have did better with it. But it's like they put no thought into this movie. And the strange thing is, it's like he doesn't really function in any way. It's not a good fantasy movie. It's not, even as a martial arts picture, you know, it has some good fighting scene. It doesn't really function very well. It's not an A-class martial arts film, okay? You got too many dudes coming in a fight and disappearing and never showing up again. Usually in most martial arts pictures, you're gonna fight enemy villains. You're gonna fight somebody more than one time, unless the main characters kill them. Okay, these characters like Smoke. Okay, they just showed up, fought. Okay, bye. Like, what happened to this person? Okay, I don't know, man. And like I said, what happened to Scorpion? Why Scorpion didn't come back? Okay, this movie doesn't really function on any level as a successful movie. Not even the fighting saves it. Because while it's pretty good, it's not the best fighting I've seen in a martial arts film, okay? So, I don't know, man. On every level, this movie fails. Acting, fighting, and to some degree, the best thing about it is the fighting, but that's not just like top-notch. It was pretty good, but not top-notch. The movie is not top-notch in any area. In most areas, it stinks. I don't know what to say about this movie, man. But now, the funny thing is, I will say this. I actually don't hate this movie. I actually like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I know, what are you talking about? After you just sat there talking about it was trash all this time, now you say you like it. Let me say this, man. Okay. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, to me, is so bad that it's good, okay? And I have no problem with saying I sometimes enjoy some bad movies. There's a number of movies over the years that I have liked that are actually bad movies. Okay, you see, I have a special ability. I can like something and still acknowledge its flaws. Okay, unlike a lot of people, I don't have to sit up and pretend that a movie, because I like it, that it's a good quality movie. This movie is not a good movie, okay? And I will never sit here and tell you that this is a good movie, or sit up and try and defend it in that way, any way, shape, or form, okay? It's sad when I watch this movie and I look at the potential of what could have been, because you look at this movie and you say, man, with a little more time, a little more effort, this movie could have been better.